We'll get you on. Hold on. Up. Good Lord. Man, you're talking about keeping you on your toes.
Broadcasting live from the prodigious Tyler. Am I on the air? Oh, good. Now I'll start over again. Broadcasting live from the prodigious Tyler Media Studio D in Oklahoma City, it's McRoof Talks Insurance on KOKC, AM 1520, FM 95.3. I'm Rick Allen Lippert. I'm live in the studio, but on the phone is restoration specialist and Hall of Fame remodeler Scott McCollum. Hey, Scott, sorry to hear about your dead truck. Oh, my goodness. Well, and like I said, it's just me in studio because HAAG-certified roofing inspector Scotty McCollum has the day off, but he'll be back next week. Well, and then running man Eric Yandel is the wizard on the other side of the glass, and he is here.
I appreciate the shout out there. I tell you what, both of you guys today have kept me on my toes. I'm running up and down the hall 2 minutes before the show.
It's live radio. Where is he? That's right. I thought, wonder where Scott is. I wonder if he's texted me. And sure enough, he had. And I got a kick out of the fact that you needed me to send you the phone number that I've said, 5 times a week for the past. So that phone number is 405-478-1520. And yes, we're live streaming the show on the McRoof Talks Insurance YouTube channel today. In fact, they can't see you, and they'll really just see the back of my head. But anyway, folks out there, you can hear us on anywhere in the US of A on iHeartRadio. Just search for KOKC. Now, Act 1 of the show will start as usual with our trivia question and other interesting tidbits, including the word of the week. That number again to answer the trivia question or to just ask a question, 405-478-1520. In Act 2, we'll take more of your calls. No view from the rooftop this week since Scotty has the day off, but Scott, I'm sure you have a tale or two to regale us with. Oh my goodness. Then in Act 3, we'll take more of your listener phone calls, plus we'll have some after the storm tips brought to you by Roof RX, and we'll wrap up with Dad's Wisdom brought to you by Energy Q. And I can't help it, but coming back from breaks, we'll have some genuinely obscure historical trivia. Now, Scott, believe it or not, the lawyer ran an ad in this morning's newspaper. I happened to just see it while I was eating breakfast, to remind me to say that S&CM LLC, doing business as McRoof.us, legally operates under Oklahoma registration number 8000002, and that the registration applies to both residential and commercial roofing. So, Scott, he's thorough. I hope you keep him on retainer. Now, about this registration number, I have noticed a lot of other roofing companies advertising on TV, and I am amazed at how few of them actually put that Construction Industries Board registration number in their commercials when it is a law that they do that? Well, yeah, and it makes me wonder if they're willing to overlook this one simple requirement, this one simple law to put your CIB number in all of your advertising. What other regulations are they ignoring? All right. Well, let's get into the trivia question, shall we? Go ahead. Wow. And as a company, they make building products, correct? Everything that goes into making a house. A building, yeah, a structure. All right, so what is the purpose or the mantra of CertainTeed's parent company, Saint-Gobain or Saint-Gobain? It's very simple, but you'll have to look it up. And if you think you know, when you're ready to win those 2 free tickets to Carpenter Square Theater, give us a call at 405-478-1520. 405-478-1520. Speaking of Carpenter Square, Scott, did you get to the play last night? Oh, okay. Well, I'll see you there. I'm taking my whole family to the theater tonight. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Right. That's right. We have 10 minutes worth of history. Yeah. This company is older than our country. All right. So once again, trivia question: the parent company of CertainTeed, Saint-Gobain or Saint-Gobain. What is that company's purpose or their mantra? If you think you know the answer, give us a call, 405-478-1520. Hey, Scott, let's do the word of the week now. Okay, that's like wearing belt and suspenders. Exactly. But how does that refer to roofing? That's what the shingles do, right? Huh. Okay. Yes. Yes. That peels off. And oh boy, does it stick. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Okay. And that's why a man will wear both a belt and suspenders, because he doesn't want his pants falling down in public. That's right. That's right. You know, whoever kind of reminds me of that joke. It said I was paying with a credit card at the grocery store, and it said, oh, stripped down, anyway, I forgot. It had, yeah, thank you, Eric. No soup for me. All right. So, hey, Scott, we're going to take a break here in a moment. So we'll move your what you did this past week. We'll move that to Act 2 of the show. Also, want to hear about that metal roof you're doing in Norman and how busy you've been with those adjusters. Okay. And we'll talk about that and the other stuff when we come back to Act 2 of McRoof Talks Insurance on KOKC AM 1520, FM 95.3. Restoration specialist and Hall of Fame remodeler Scott McCollum is on the phone today thanks to a dead truck. Oh my goodness. We will be back in a flash. Remember, we're on the iHeartRadio app. Just search for KOKC.
Is he doing the live
I don't know. I'm going to ask him. And so be ready to just play the next one.
Okay. We got 10 seconds here.
Pardon?
I got 10 seconds.
Hey, Scott, you want to do your live spot? And that number is 855-766-3405. 855-766-3405. And Scott, here's one of your new commercials, fresh from your new website.
Wait a minute.
Well, apparently I caught Eric by surprise. It's coming up. In 3, 2, 1. Pushing button. There we go.
Didn't even have it loaded in the computer.
Oh my goodness. McRoof Talks Insurance back on the air for Act 2 of today's show. On this date in 1774, the first incident of the American Revolution happened. It was 400 New Hampshire militiamen successfully attacked Fort William and Mary 2 years before we declared war. On this date in 1906, the Pure Food and Drug Act is introduced in the U.S. Senate after lobbying by wealthy businessman Henry John Heinz, H.J. Heinz, who started the Heinz Company in 1876. The ketchup guy was behind the Pure Food and Drug Act, which ultimately became the FDA. And then on this date in 1959, I think the greatest jazz tune ever recorded, the greatest jazz album ever recorded, 1959, Dave Brubeck Quartet's Time Out, with this signature tune, Take 5, written by Paul Desmond. People think Dave Brubeck wrote the song. Paul Desmond, playing sax, actually wrote this. This album peaked at number 2 on the Billboard Pop Albums chart and became the first jazz album to sell 1 million copies. Dave Brubeck. Very nice. I got to see him play quite a few years ago with the Oklahoma City Philharmonic. Oh my goodness. A dream come true to be able to see. My wife surprised me with tickets on my birthday, and we went. Okay, so where were we? We were talking about your week last week, and about the quality. Yes. Yeah. Very good, very good. And you have a total of 7 of these commercials or spots. These come from videos on your new website, which are all very well done. Yeah, great. It's Okay. Well, I looked at it, spent quite a bit of time rooting around on it, and was very impressed with how thorough it is. And you're right, it is very mobile friendly. And all those videos are mobile friendly, so you can look at them right on your phone the way you normally look at your phone. So that's yeah. Let's move on to a different topic. Mainly because I'm a video guy, and I think God intended video to be one way, and anyway. So tell me about this metal roof in Norman. How about that? Wow. Sure. Mm. Okay. All right, Eric, you don't need to do anything. We're just moving on. Okay.
gable in from the house built on that gable. And so we got an electrician out there on, I can reach up to an electrician out about 7:30. Disconnected the electrical cord. We got up there on the roof and got that one panel installed and got our gable trim termination there installed on that gable so that he could put the service back in place, get the house back on, get the heat back on, and we could move on down the road. So
Good.
and I really appreciate, I mean, we do focus on safety. We focus on, you see these guys out there on the roof with their ropes and harnesses on. You see them out there. The guy that's down on the ground is typically going to have a hard hat on in case something were to come off of that roof and strike him or anything like that. So we're very conscious about it. But the fact that Antonio called me on Thursday afternoon and said, hey man, we got an electrician over here first thing in the morning after we're just not gonna risk it. And I think about it. I think about it. You're standing up there on that roof with that long metal panel in that wind.
Yeah.
Certainly that panel could have gotten blown over there and come in contact with that electric line. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Well, that would have been devastating. Yeah. Right. Very well. Hey, folks, our trivia question is still out there waiting to be answered, and it goes something like this. Certainteed stands for quality made certain, satisfaction guaranteed. We've said that a lot. But Certainteed's parent company, Saint-Gobain or Saint-Gobain, has a purpose, a motto, a mantra, so to speak. Our trivia question is, what is that purpose, that motto or mantra, the motto of Saint-Gobain? If you think you know what that is, or you can quickly look it up, 405. Yeah. There you go. All right, so our number to call when you have that answer, 405-478-1520, 405-478-1520. And I just also want to remind everybody that you can catch this show on iHeartRadio app anywhere in the world. Just search for KOKC. and then you'll be able to listen in pristine audio quality, much like the FM signal, even better than the FM signal. So we're taking our second break. We'll be back on the other side. Scott, you have another live spot in this break, so be ready for that. We'll have more obscure trivia when we come back. What's that, Scott? Okie doke. I'm Rick Allen Lippert. He's Scott McCollum. Eric Yandel waiting for you to call 405-478-1520.
I've got the Beverly Hillbillies theme. We can just
go right to it. All right. And McRoof Talks Insurance back on the air for Act 3 of today's show. On this date, in 1967, DNA was created in a test tube. The first time they created DNA in a test tube. And then many years later, on this date, just 5 years ago, in 2019, the Bel Air Mansion featured in the Beverly Hillbillies sold for $150 million, becoming the California's most expensive property. Come on, Lester Flatt, Earl Scruggs. There they are. The theme from the Beverly Hillbillies. And then, let's go back 50 years before then, in 1969. Song written by John Denver became number 1 on Billboard's Hot Top 100, Peter, Paul, and Mary. Leaving on a jet plane. There we we go. Oh, yeah. Yeah, great song. I don't think I ever knew it was written by John Denver until yesterday when I discovered it. No. Okay, well, good. All right, so you have a new credential from HAAG. Tell me about that. Okay. There you go. Yeah, I never say never, man. I know I have bought my last computer twice now. Yeah. All right. Very good. So, reminding everybody, this is the last call for your call about anything roofing or insurance related, but also for our trivia question. And the winner will get 2 free tickets to any Carpenter Square Theater production this season. There are 5 more shows after this weekend. The question is, what does CertainTeed's parent company, St. Gobain, see as their purpose? It's 6 words, and a couple of them are really short. And if you think you know the answer, give us a call at 405-478-1520. If not, Scott, I think you'll be educating us here in a couple of minutes. But this is last call. All right, but let's. Uh-huh. Okay. And ORCA is the Oklahoma Roofing Contractors Association. Good for him. Oh my. Okay. All right. In so many words, I think that adjuster was telling the guy, "You're too much trouble. I want to talk to somebody else." Yeah. All right. Well, let's give listeners one last chance to give us a call about what the St. Gobain motto or purpose is, the parent company of Certainteed. 405-478-1520 if you think you know that answer. What is the motto or purpose of St. Gobain? And you can spell that out. We have 2.5 minutes, or 3.5. Well, let's go ahead and do the storm tip now. Stand by. There we go. Ooh. We know those winter storms are coming. They're sure enough, they're right around the corner. We don't know exactly when, but we will get a big winter storm. And Scott, what should people do before the storm? Hey Scott, I gotta get a insurance disclaimer in here. All right. So I have to remind you that S&CM LLC, doing business as McRoof.us, legally operates under Oklahoma registration number 8000002, and that the registration applies to both residential and commercial roofing. Hey, what is the motto or the purpose of Saint-Gobain? Okay. And Dad's Wisdom, brought to you by Energy Q. No. Yep, wise words, wise words. This has been episode number 45 of McRoof Talks Insurance. I hope to have both you and Scotty back in studio next week. Thank you, Eric Andel. Folks, we'll be back next week. I'm Rick Allen Lippert, wishing you Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, season's greetings. We'll see you next week.